The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown. The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown. Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the South Florida Live Podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown, and as we always say, this is the day that the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. Listen, hope everyone experienced peace and blessings on today. Everyone is doing well. You had a great day at work, at home, at school, or wherever. Everybody is good. And I always say, if you made it home safely from wherever you were, that means you're a survivor. So tap yourself and say, I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor. Yeah, God cover you. God protect you on today. So to God be the glory. Hey, come on in. It's the singles edition. And y'all know what we're doing. We're talking about dating God's way. Y'all listen, Tonight is going to be, it should be fire tonight. So you don't want to miss tonight. I got some things, man. Listen, for us to talk about, I got some questions for my audience. I got some questions for you. So listen, come on in. Hey, Miss Thomas, God bless you. Peace and blessings. Thank you for joining us. Miss Winston, thank you for joining us this evening. Peace and blessings to both of you. Do me a favor. Please hit that share button. Go ahead and share this broadcast, this podcast with somebody. Matter of fact, go ahead and tag a few people if you will. Let them know that the South Florida Live podcast is on. And it's the singles edition, y'all. Yes. Those that have made it from home to work to home, you are a survivor. So touch yourself and say, I'm a survivor. Hey, listen. Come on, join us tonight. Y'all, listen, you don't want to miss tonight. Y'all know we've been going in last week, but we're gonna take it up a little bit tonight. So you want to join us. I think what we have tonight, the questions that I'm presenting tonight to you, my viewers and listeners, and also my crew. Listen, let's talk about it. Let's talk about some things. All right. Please share, like, and share tonight. If you will, thank you. Let me see your hand. Do it if you're really ready. Place on your problems and get on your bodies to them. Yeah, oh yeah. Do you really want it? Are you really ready? If you want it, come on. You gotta get excited. Yeah. When the devil tries to discourage you and say that you can't make it, I want you to know that you can, because God loves you. So when the devil tries you, here's something that you can say. Hey, come on, join us tonight. I'm gonna make it. Because I am ready. I am excited about what it's gonna do. I'm gonna make it because I'm ready. Never you can have me. I'm turning my life. I'm gonna make it. Please join us tonight. Let's go. Because I'm ready. Never you can't stop it, no. Listen, I'm running. I'm running. And I'm the turn. Yeah. Yeah. I'm turning. Oh. Are you ready? Ooh, ooh. Are you ready? Ready? Ooh, ooh. Are you ready? Keep your head up. You can make it. All right. That was low. Hey, listen. Come on in. Let's do this. You guys that are viewing, thank you for sharing. Thank you for tagging. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hopefully some more. I'm give you a little time to come on in to join us on tonight. Like I say, tonight is gonna be something special on tonight. You really don't want to miss tonight. So come on, join us. Come on, join us tonight. Please, those that are viewing us by YouTube, those that are viewing us by YouTube, do me a favor. Go ahead and hit that that like button, the share button, if you will, and share this podcast with somebody on tonight. I'm sorry, I'm trying to correct something right quick. Okay, I think I did it. All right, we're good. Yeah, go ahead and do that for me if you will, please. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, I need your help. Those that are viewing, I need your help. Okay. To God be the glory. I got a text on yesterday afternoon, and making me aware that the South Florida Live podcast was nominated for an award. Yeah. So I need all my viewers and all my listeners, all my followers, please. I need your help. I need you to go on and go ahead and vote. Go on and vote, if you will. Just flood it, share everything with you. It's right here. It's the KCW Multimedia Group Black History Concert and Awards Show. And that's just what it says. Voting is now open from November the 18th to December the 20th. And the link for you to go vote is red. I'm putting it in the comment section so you can go, and it's www.katgradio.com. Okay. It's right there. K. I'm sorry. What did I say? I put the wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. Forgive me. Let's get the right one in there. It's www KRTG radio.com. There we go. Please, would y'all do that for me and go vote? Yeah, now I think that's the right one. There you go. KRTGradio.com. That's the one. I Can you vote more than once? That I do not know. If it allow you to go on as many times you want to vote, just try it. I don't know, but if it allow you, I guess you can. So I need everyone to help me out. Do that favor, if you will. If you enjoy this podcast and you've been blessed by it, and we've been a blessing to you, hey, go on and vote until December. It started on the 18th until December 20th. Okay. Hey, I'm honored. I'm honored that I was noticed and I was nominated. So to God be the glory on that one. To God be the glory on that. Okay. So there it is. Go vote. Go vote. I put the link in the comment section. Go vote for me. Thank you. Appreciate it. There's a whole list of other people like pastors and choir directors and some of the stuff. Some people I know, it's a lot. So you can just go if you don't want to vote for all that stuff. You can just scroll down to where it's a podcast and podcast of the year, podcast whatever, and you should see my name. You should see South Florida Live, with Jeffrey Brown on there. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, let's get started. Let's get this party started. Um, real quick. Yeah. Listen. So once again, I put it in the comment section, right there, so you guys can check it out. That's YouTube. Let me see. I need to put it in Facebook. So if you don't want to vote, yeah, I'm gonna put it in the chat here. Okay, www dot k krtg radio dot com. All right, there you go. Uh-oh, that's wrong. Dot k r t g dot com. All right. All right, we got a pin. One is not right. All right, there you go. Hey, listen. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for those that are that will go on and vote. There it is right there. You can go on and vote for me. Thank you. Got it. Thank you, Ms. Wiggin. Appreciate you. Peace and blessings to you. All right. Y'all ready for this? um yeah, I don't know, somebody's sending me something. No, I can't. All right. So go on and do that for me. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, let's get started. Let's get started. My crew is here. My crew is here. We're here. We're here. Let's go, ladies first. Hey, there she goes, Chantel. Hey, good evening. God bless you. Peace and blessings to you. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good. Good evening, everyone. How are you, Elder?
I'm doing well. I'm doing
That's
well. I pressed through the day. It was a slow day, but a blessed day, productive day.
good.
So to
Amen.
God be the glory. Yeah,
God
yeah.
be the glory. Amen.
Our brother is with us tonight. There he is, the one and only, the Christian comedian, Mr. Rob
Woo-hoo.
Minor. There it is. There it is.
How's everybody? How's everybody?
Good, good.
Not a bad day for a Wednesday. Not a bad day for a Wednesday.
No, 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 no. We're supposed to be getting some cool weather. I'm loving that.
Oh,
Loving
yeah.
that.
We feel
Yes,
at home now.
yes, yes. Loving that. It's all good. Let it come. Let it come. Bring it
Yeah.
on. Bring it on. Bring it on.
And stay a
Bring it
little
on.
while. Stay a little while.
Yes, yes. Let it tarry for a while.
Count on
Tarry
it.
for a
Don't
while.
count on it. Don't count. I hate to disappoint you guys, but don't count on it. Florida.
Wishful thinking.
This
Wishful
Florida. I've been in the pool in Christmas time in Florida. It's different up here. Outside. Outside.
Really? Really? Wow. 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 Hey y'all. Last week was bumming, was popping, was
Mm-hmm.
fire. Hey, listen. God be giving me stuff, be placing stuff in my spirit. So I be wanting to know what the people say.
Mm.
I want to be knowing what the people say. So hey
Okay.
y'all, listen, Dutch. Everybody's been very good making comments, getting involved, and dodging into the conversation. I love it. Let's have that tonight because my first question how do y'all and what do y'all think about online dating for Christians? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts about online dating for Christians? You think that's cool? It's good? It's okay? Or Christians should do that, or that's out of order? What's your think? I'm gonna go with the lady first. I'm gonna go with Shan. What do you think, Shan? You think Christians should be doing online dating?
I don't know. I mean, I've never delved into online dating. But I think as long as you have discernment and just use your judgment wisely as far as meeting people and stuff, I don't see a problem with it.
Right.
God is able to use any avenue. I mean, like you
Okay.
said, you don't only meet people in the church, so I'm sure it's other areas where you can come across people that you can date and build a relationship with. So I don't see a problem with it. But me personally, I've never
So so
engaged.
so you saying you would never indulge go that route of um
I've
um
never considered it.
online dating. It's so do you think that to you is that like the last result for you to do that?
For me, yes.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
like all that's failed. Let's try this online.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it just seemed like, no.
No,
Mm-mm. That's
no,
that's
no,
not my speed. No.
no, no, no. Okay,
I'm not
Rob.
knocking it for nobody else, but for me,
Right,
no.
Rob, yeah, right. Rob, what do you think? Believers, Christians, is it okay? Because I've seen some Christian mingle sites, dating sites, also out there. I know it's some out there. How do you feel, or do are you cool with it, or is whatever it is for
What's
you?
that, what's that real hot place you go to if you die and you're not saved? What is it? What's the place called?
As my pastor would say, double hockey stick,
No,
H-E double
HE double hockey stick.
no,
Yeah.
no. That's Satan's lair. Uh, if you ask me, if you get to the point where you putting yourself out there like that, you're very vulnerable and you're no longer trusting God. Now you just like desperate. You saying I'm gonna go get on these mingle and this all this stuff that they put out there when we're supposed to be staying away from that type of stuff. Uh
Really?
oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, anytime
Now you say that Give me some drops on that. Drop that on me. Why is it that believers and Christians should stay away from it?
Well, first of all, and this is statistically been proven that so many women, especially now, are getting killed, and because they've gone out with people they didn't know, strangers, met online. I just had a buddy, his cousin, his niece or his cousin, met a guy online. She was in high school. The guy grabbed her and had her for about a week. Now, you know how he got her? Because she met him online, and her father never came to the school. So her and the guy he came up to the school to pick her up. And because they had never seen her father before, him and her decided to say that he was her father. Guy picked her up, had her about a week, brought her home. Won't even know what condition she's in now. What these sites, these dating sites, it's bad, man. It's really gotten bad. This is the time in life where it's almost unsafe for a woman to be in an Uber, better known dating a guy she never met before. It is an unsafe situation. Anyone can seem safe and can sit behind a computer and type up how good they are. And you say, well, I've met this guy for a while. Well, he's been BSing you for a while. So it's not because you've known him for a while, now you can trust him. No, sometimes just trusting him because you know him for just means how long he's been lying to you and how long it took him to get you to believe who he is. No, that's not trusting God. That's desperation. Let's call it what it is. That's desperation.
Well, you know what, Rob? I feel you on that. And I hear some of the people saying that it's so impersonal. Very true. What they're saying, the devil hides there. I hear that, but there has been some success stories too.
That's how Satan gets you. Satan got a
no. But I'm saying there have been some success stories where people have dated online
and got married. Yes,
and they're married and
that's how
25, 30 years.
How Satan builds up his deception. Enough people. This handful of people finds great success with it, and they go tell all their girlfriends at the job and tell all their buddies at the job, and that creates more people for him to make vulnerable and for the bad things that happen. You can find pretty much good. If you talk about statistics, all you need is a big number. If you get a big number in anything, you're gonna find good and bad. So
I totally agree.
So because we've seen a few people or some people that's been successful, they don't even come close to how many unsuccessful dates and how many people. So it's horrible. Horrible.
I totally agree.
We built this channel we built this channel, this podcast on trusting God, and that's just not true.
Yeah, I totally believe that. I'm with you on that, but I'm also got to play that both sides whereas that's and trust me, I'm not a fan of it, but I'll say that it's not for everybody. Online dating is not for everybody.
Not for Christians.
You really have to be careful on it, and you got to make sure that you pay attention and very aware of what you're getting and who you're communicating with, and at this time, somebody have to be real special ed to go out, not to do this online and decide to meet somebody and meet them by themselves. You got to be at this stage. But I'm just
dates are going to go by themselves.
But I'm just saying online. I'm talking about online. Only thing I see about it. I heard someone say that a lot, but some people are true with that. You're finding out what you're getting and who you are, but it's deception somewhere in there. That part I don't trust. So
that's not even of Christ. We borderline pushing it with Facebook. I'm being honest with you. When it comes down to godly principles, we borderline pushing it with Facebook and stuff. So that online dating, that's be not as of the world. That's that worldly stuff. We got to stop that. We got to stop.
So much.
But
you can get, but you can get somebody. I was going to say this for last, but you can get somebody to say, "Hey, listen, I delight in the Lord, and He would give me my heart's desire." So my
He
heart
also
desire
told
can
you-
be on the online
Yeah.
dating.
He told you to exercise intelligence. He also told you in Proverbs, don't eat a fool despise wisdom. He told you all those things. So you can't go into the lair and say, oh, God is going to. No. He got the God part is you not doing it at all. And he's preparing you for you don't have to do that. Trust him. That's the God part. We can't do worldly stuff and sinful stuff and go, oh, God going to help me now. No, don't put yourself in that position. That's how God, the help was you not putting yourself in the position, the spiritual eyesight and the spiritual mindset telling you not to put yourself in the devil's lair like that. That was your help.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you on that. That's why, but you know, Rob, there are some Christian folks that's out there on that Christian mingle,
Yes.
and they are searching. They are searching, because once again, I just read the script. Now, I'm gonna read these. I'm gonna read these scriptures from Psalms 37:4. It's in New Living says, "Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you your heart's desire." Yes. Now, King James said, "Delight yourself also in the Lord, and He will and He shall give you the desires of your heart." Watch this. The New International Revised Version said, "Find your delight in the Lord. Then He will give you everything your heart really wants." Absolutely. And we get that. We take that and misquote it for one, and and miss out the first part of it. We grab the, then He will give you everything your heart really want and what you desire. And we hear that part, but we don't hear that first part where it said, "Delight yourself."
Exactly.
Delight
and then your desires will become His desires.
Your desires will become His desires, and His will will be, and whatever His will for your life will be that will. So so that don't mean that, oh well, I can go on Insight and then because I know God is going to give me the desires of my heart. No, Boo Boo Kitty, it's not going to happen. No. So you guys can't misquote that scripture and use that for an excuse to do what you want to do, because first you have to desire, you have to have a desire, you have to desire His heart, you have to have a desire for Him.
Amen.
You have to delight yourself for Him. You have to delight yourself in Him. You have to find your delight in the Lord. Absolutely. And once you find that, now you got to just sit back and trust that He's going to work it out and make a way for you, and whatever His will for your life, He's going to bring it. Now, it may not be that fairy tale. It may not be that fairy tale man or woman that you've been looking for, but it may be, but it's the one that God has for you. Mm-hmm. He has for you. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I went there. I had to go. I mean, but you brought up a good point, Rob. But I just wanted to quote that, because I was going to say that for later. That because sometimes we misquote that. A lot of people misquote that scripture because they feel, because they delight themselves in the Lord, that He's just going to give them whatever they want. No, He's not going to give you whatever you want. He's going to give you your heart. He's going to give you your heart's desire, but He's going to give you what He has for you, because you delighted yourself in Him. That means you're trusting Him.
We're His people, right? We are
right.
And He said, "If my people," that's the if part. And He tell you all the stuff you got to do.
All by my name.
Then He will hold the land. People go all the way to the last part. No, if my people humble themselves, turn back from their wicked ways. If my people get yourself right, get
that part wicked.
Then he got you. Listen, I don't know how many different ways God got to tell you. Do what I tell you to do. Live your life right. Become a good thing, and I got you. I got you. I got you. There's no other way He can tell you. He tell you 10,000 different ways in the Bible how He tell you how obedience is better than sacrifice. He tell you if you do that, if you do this, I got you. You literally can command the blessings of God by being obedient and tell him to do, because he has to honor his own word. So I don't know why everybody want to take these shortcuts and they want to, it reminds you of when people want to take God to bad places. It reminds you of guys that hang out with tough guys, but they punks, and then they go to somewhere and to a party, and they're the ones starting the fight because they want the tough guys to bail them out. Stop trying to get God to bail you out. Don't start no fight that you know you can't win.
Yeah, and we talked about it last week. We talked about it last week about position yourself.
There you go.
We talked about the ladies. We were saying position yourself, putting yourself in the right position. I don't feel that online is the place, is the right position to put yourself in. It's a very scary, like you said, Rob, with all that's going on, Chantel, with the sex trafficking and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
that's a scary situation for me.
It's deep now. You can't trust that.
Like I said, now I know there are plenty success stories, but once again, I feel like it's not for everybody.
It's not for Christians.
Not for everybody. Shan, what you what now?
No, I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah. I think it's more bad than good that comes from it. Yeah.
It's worldly. All right. I think it's worldly. That's all. It's a worldly. That's all.
It's a worldly move. Yeah. Okay. Hey, here we go. Oh God, help me, Jesus. Give me strength. Now, here we go. Believers. This is for believers. This is for church. This is for anybody.
Here we go.
Should you?
I'm trying to get comfortable.
Should you continue to date someone that's a believer now? They claim to be a believer. They're confessing to be a believer, and they probably, and they are. But it's also struggling with their faith. You've been together for about 3 to 4 to 5, 6 months, but in that faith, you've been trying to support them in their faith, but they continue to struggle in their faith.
Go ahead, Chantel.
Should you continue to continue to date someone that's in that position, and you've been trying, not that you've not been trying to help them, you've been trying to be supportive and whatever. Hey, come to church, hear the word of God, let's talk it out, whatever, but they're still struggling with their faith because there's some things they still want to do, and they want to involve you in it. So should you continue to date that individual, or you let that go?
I would say you definitely pray about it, because I think oftentimes we try to save people who don't want to be saved and take on assignments that are not, for us, and you end up hurting yourself in the end. So I would definitely say ask God about it. If he's leading you, if he put you in that person's life for that specific reason, then yes. But if not, no, I would say you have to turn them loose.
But he is God to you. You feel like that's God's will.
You just said that.
That's God's will. That's God's will that he put you in his life.
You done made
maybe not for that reason.
That's his will.
If it's God's will, then yes, of course. No, but if it's not, then no.
Don't back off your answer. You was right. Don't back off your answer. don't get him to get you to back off your answer. You was right.
I'm just saying. You really care for this person. You really, really, really care. You feeling them. Other than that, y'all got a connection.
Yes, I understand. But I've been in that situation before, and I feel like trying to pull somebody, if I'm constantly pouring into you, you still struggling, you're not showing no effort that you're trying to get better in your walk with Christ, you hurt me along the way. And I can't do that.
They had a movie about 5-7 years ago, maybe a little longer, called Drag Me to Hell. Don't let anybody drag you to hell. Listen, have either of you guys ever been married?
No.
Okay, now I've been married, and one of the things I still to this day beat myself up about is the fact that I got divorced. I believe that a lot of the situations I go through, even in relationships and dating, is store some of the reaping that I'm dealing with because of how bad of a commandment I broke when I divorced my wife. Okay. I believe God has forgiven me, but I also believe that some of the reasons why it's hard for me to get married now, sometimes I believe I'm dealing with hardening of the heart. Sometimes I believe I'm dealing with certain issues because I didn't exercise a clause that God gives married people. And you know what it is? When you marry, excuse me, and your husband or wife is not acting the way it's supposed to act, especially spiritually, you are allowed to separate. Separation is supposed to be a time where you give that person enough time to get themselves together, back in Christ. And if they straighten all that out, that they have to straighten out with Christ, and God heals that, you can get back together. If God gives married people a chance to separate so they can get themselves together, why wouldn't he give people that's going together a chance to separate and get themselves together? When somebody is not right spiritually and they're not right with Christ, you get away from that. You get away from that. You separate yourself. Now, if you believe it was meant to be and you believe the person for you, all that, then God will bring that back together after he get right with God. We just got finished talking about that. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Now, let him rededicate. And you know what it is? In New Birth, we do something every Sunday. And we do the call for Christians. We do you want a church home? Do you want to get saved? And have you broken fellowship? It's a shame that because of embarrassment, how many saints don't go up there when they say, have you broken fellowship? Mm-hmm. Because sometimes your deliverance got to be worth more than your embarrassment. And that falls in the line of that. If you have fallen off of Christ and you've seen your significant other has fallen off of Christ, you're allowed to separate yourself. I ain't said you had to break up with him. I ain't said you had to stop calling. No, but you allowed to separate yourself from that individual and let them work that out with God. Because you standing in the midst of that foolishness can do nothing but bring you into that abyss. And you don't want somebody else to drag you to hell.
Well,
if it's not right.
Well, the thing is now, I'm not saying they're trying to drag them, but they just got to struggle. They're not.
When you're struggling, you don't need no distractions. When you're struggling, you need time to get yourself together with God.
There's some things in some areas where they're going through the process, and the process is not going as quick as maybe you are.
And it's ruining the relationship. So pray for that.
We really can't say that is ruining the relationship, Rob. We really can't say that.
That was the basic of the question.
Yeah, but no. What I asked, should you continue to date someone that's a believer? They claim to be a believer. He or she
exactly
claim to be a believer. They're confessing to be a believer, but they're struggling with their belief. But we all, Rob, we've all struggled. Mm-hmm. We've all gone through the struggle period.
We all have struggles.
We've all gone through it. But I'm saying we've all gone through it. So we didn't all get it. We weren't perfect. We didn't have it all together soon at the time, all at once.
That's why I said don't dump the person.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You can't separation and they think it's so bad. No, sometimes you have to step off for a minute. Sometimes you simply have to step off for a minute and allow God to work for that person. Continue to pray for that person. If you really love them, go on a fast, because some things can only be accomplished through fasting and praying. So step off from that person, pray for them, maybe go on a little fast, right, and wait for it to happen.
But that's what I'm saying. I hear some people saying that you have to be two wholes and you can't be selfish. They say that they won't work. Worldly things still be not unequally yoked. I get that. I understand that. But they're not actually, be honest, they're not unequally yoked.
That's why
he's a believer. He he or she is a believer. They are a believer, but their path and their things that they're going through it's a little it's tough.
And they don't need the weight, and they don't need the weight of a relationship in their way right now. Because
right.
if you
So
struggle and stuff like that, you can't be the right kind of mate. Or you can't be the right kind of partner for somebody if you're struggling spiritually. I'm telling you, you can't. So sometimes just prayer and distance. I'm not saying don't go see the person. No, I'm just saying sometimes you can only go through your wilderness by yourself. Sometimes you have to give people a little space. You'd be surprised how many people would still be together now if they had just gave that individual a little space. Now, space means you can't go date somebody else through this. We not broke up.
Definitely. Now,
space, that's all. That's all. A little room.
But I got you. You're right. You can't do it. But now, I'm gonna throw this out here, Chantel and Rob. I'm gonna throw this out here. Would it would it make sense, or would it be great if okay, you have this conversation and you go, is counseling out of the works? Is counseling possible? Hey, let's go meet with one of our associate pastors or maybe our pastor, and let's have a talk, because I don't have the answers. I'm trying, but I can't get it. So Shan, is that out of that's not a avenue that you might want to take?
It's an option. I don't see the why not. I mean, if you feel like you put in that person's life and you're trying to help them and they can't seem to get it together, if there's somebody that we both know mutually that we know would be able to help us with the situation, then I say why not?
Yeah. That's my thing. Because if I really care for that individual, I'm gonna try and do what I can do. But now I hear what you're saying, Rob, and I hear the others.
I didn't answer this one yet. I know one yet.
But when it comes to then when it comes to where it's starting to affect my walk, is it that time to say, hey, I pray for you, you pray for me, and let's watch God change things?
Right. Remember, counseling is for married people or people who are engaged to be married.
Right.
So
okay.
So you can't take your boyfriend to counseling if y'all not engaged, or if y'all not in some kind of way showing the pastor, whoever, that you're going towards marriage. Because you'll be in counseling. Because you'll be in counseling with everybody you date, if that was the point. Counseling is for people who are serious, or in a serious relationship.
And we might be, but I don't now see. I'm so into counseling and therapy. So me personally, I wouldn't knock that. I wouldn't push that away. I wouldn't, because if you're trying, even, I know you're supposed to do it when you're married, dating and married. But if you're at that state, Rob, I really feel like if counseling is accessible, counseling is available for two people that's believers, but we're going through, because I may not have the answers. But I can go to someone who do have the answers, who can help us through this. And maybe what I'm saying, they're not quite understanding what I'm saying. And then maybe when someone else may present the way they said, the way they offer it, it might strike, turn on the light bulb, where they might understand it a little better.
Listen. Don't nobody care. Just be honest. Don't nobody care about that when it's just the average relationships. First of all, most of the time, when people date a lot, their girlfriends tired of hearing about all these guys, and their buddies tired of hearing about all these girls. We talking about serious relationships. If it's a serious relationship, then we're talking about the only time God really want to hear all of that is if a man has chosen a mate. Like if you're talking about someone you're going to get engaged to or married to, all that other stuff, we really ain't supposed to even have all that close relationships if it's not leading to marriage. We're not supposed
But
to waste
that's what I'm
nobody's
saying.
time.
That's what I'm saying. We probably they are. The
See, I would have a
individuals
different
may
answer.
be.
I would have a different answer if this wasn't a Christian podcast. We
But
have to
Rob,
be very careful when we give advice out here because
but it is a Christian podcast. It is, and remember, by you just saying that, remember, we're dating God's way.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're dating God's way, we have to do it God's way. And by getting counseling or getting help, that's God's way.
Yeah. If we,
because we're both trying to walk in God's way, in His light, in His will. So for me to reach out for, if we're going to do it, we're walking and we're doing this God's way. I don't see counseling not being available. I mean,
okay. I'll put it this way. As long as you're serious, listen to this.
Right.
It's the second part. As long as you're serious, as long as you're serious about being serious. See, a lot of guys act like they're serious to keep a relationship on a certain level. And that's why we run into a lot of these problems. As long as you're serious about being serious. Because I'm done with casual dating. I'm done with, if you don't seem like someone I want to marry, I don't really even want to go out with you no more. I'm done with that.
I totally believe that. I totally agree with that. But you at that state
about being serious, then
if you're at that state, I believe, Rob, where if you pushing that, somebody got to, most brothers ain't with that counseling stuff. But if you get one to say, okay, if that's going to help, if that's going to make it work, if that's going to be better, let's do it.
Yeah.
No, it might be serious. That's all that's what I'm saying. It may be, but you just can't cut it off. But there is a limit. Yeah. There is a time frame.
Yes.
Because once again, like I say, if that struggle starts to begin to be a struggle for you, now you got to make that decision. Say, you know what? I've tried. I want to help. But it's a struggle for me, and I'm trusting God. I'm in another light. I'm in another dimension. I'm in another area. So I can't go back.
Yeah,
I got to press forward. So that's when you got to say, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we absent one from another.
You got to give him the benediction.
Yes. All right. Hey, listen. I hope y'all been enjoying this. This is good stuff. How much time to give? You have to. I don't know about
the question. What was the question?
How much time to give them until you give them the benediction? I feel like it's, if they're not trying to help, if they're not trying to get the answers to help them with their struggles, if they're continuing to do that, it's time to just give them the benediction.
I would say that progress must progress. If you see that the issues that they were dealing with, you start to see some resolve, and you start to see some corrections, and you start to see some results, then you know it's worth it. And you know that person is ready, because someone that really loves you really going to try. I like that, Chantal. I pretty much snatched it around your mouth. I've seen that. Somebody that really loves you is going to try hard. If you see somebody that's just sitting there sulking and they prolonging this, they're going through the same thing and the same problems, but you don't see
that woe is me mentality.
Yes. Now you know they're full of it. Now you know they're full of it.
Right.
You can clearly see this individual has made some progress and they are really trying. And here's the deal. Don't lie to yourself. Don't act like you see something when you don't see it because you want to get back with that person because you missed them.
Right.
You have to be honest with yourself. As a matter of fact, the number one ingredient in counseling that makes it effective or not effective is your ability or inability to tell the truth. Counseling can be a great success if both individuals are telling the truth. Anytime you're doing any lying, any kind of lying, in any kind of counseling, you're not going to get good results.
Oh no, you're not. You're not. You're not. It gotta be true. It gotta be genuine. Definitely.
Yes.
It
Yes.
gotta be that. My brother Greg, he said if the person is not willing to help themselves, it's hard to help them. I totally agree. And that's what we're
Yep.
saying. If
right.
they're not trying to
What's up,
show,
Greg?
like Rob say, if they're not trying to show progress or they're not trying to get it on, once again, as I say, may the Lord watch. I'll pray for you, you pray for me, and let's watch God thing. Great talk. I feel it should be a serious. Hey, Miss Collins, relationship, and both are learning, leaning towards marriage. Yeah, of course, it has to be that way. It has to be that way.
Very
Had
good
to be
answer.
that.
Good
Hey,
answer.
listen,
Answer.
listen. Here we go. Y'all give me strength, okay? This is not Shan. I don't. You might but this is for this. This came to me. This is for the seniors, the seasoned seniors. The
Oh, y'all
older,
go ahead and have that. Go ahead.
40,
Yeah.
40 and older.
You see, I'm
40 and
grabbing
older.
my grade. You see, I'm grabbing my
those
grade.
seasons like Rob, those seasons
See, I'm grabbing
singles.
my grade.
Listen, the seasoned singles.
Can't even get it
Listen,
out.
who are set in their ways, when ready to date again, and you want to get married, would or could you be able to change those ways, those set in your own ways for the one you are now dating and potentially trying to marry?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm gonna read again.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna read again. Chantel say, yeah, I'm not there yet. Oh, okay. Since no, you're not there yet, Shannon. You're not there yet. You coming up. Singles who are set in your ways. When ready to date again, and you're dating, thinking, planning on getting married, would or could you be able to change those ways for the one you are dating now?
Okay.
Take you as you
As
are.
y'all can hear today, that I'm actually hoarse. I'm actually going. I got a bug in me, but I want to sing. If I wasn't hoarse, I would sing this. When a man loves a woman. Sorry, man. I'm sorry. You can be set in your ways like Santa Claus Christmas Eve. But when you love somebody the way you supposed to love somebody, to call them your wife, when a man loves
Come on, Rob.
I don't give a crap what kind of ways you set in. I don't give a crap what your mama told you or whatever. When a man loves a woman, I'm telling you, man, I learned. I had lost a good relationship, man. This chick was dynamite. And it's taught me some things about how you should approach. One is how you should eliminate your past or anything in the way. B, set in your ways is a comfortability that you have developed from being single. You like things your way. You like to do things the way you used to do them. You got a rhythm of things. But when you're talking about being one with somebody else, hey man, no, you got to develop a new way that you both like to do. You got to become one, because if you're happy with being with yourself, you can stay with your ways. But part of the reason you started dating and looking for a wife is because you are no longer happy with being with yourself. You're no longer happy with doing things your way all the time. And sometimes the difference between success and not having success is, as Barack Obama will say, change.
Yeah. But we can be talking. I'm sorry, Shan. We can be talking about somebody that whereas they've been by themselves for a long time, and they cook, but they cook when they want to cook.
That's called simple.
Yeah, right. They cook when they want to cook. But now you talking about now you talking about pushing towards marriage where you got to cook for them. Hold on, cook for them, but you don't really want to. That ain't what you really want to do because you got set in the ways that you don't want to do, and but you want to try this, but you just don't want to. You don't cook. You don't cook, and then now you cooking some play meals to try and get over because you really don't want to do it. And so not only that, you now you done got married and the honeymoon is over and you set in your ways. Now y'all in the same vicinity now, and he done messed with your juice, and you used to your juice being there and nobody messing with it. Now, don't come turning.
Hey man, that's called single.
Don't come turning no TV on.
No.
It's Judge Judy. It's the what you call them court, divorce court. And don't come put no sports channel on. It's that. But now I'm in.
Are you saved, Della Brown?
But I'm just saying, Rob.
But I'm asking you a question. I know. Are you saved?
I am.
Now, you mean to tell me? So you mean to tell me you gave up all that stuff that you love to do to walk with God now?
I gave up all that stuff.
You mean to tell me you did all that changing to be with God?
But yeah, I totally agree.
So my point is, if you want to be single, go ahead and be single, man. If you
that's why if you stuck in your ways, go ahead. That's why I asked the question. That's why I asked the question. I asked the question for the seasoned singles.
Yes,
if you're ready, would you be able to
give that to the singles? And I'm saying this, and I'm declaring all the singles out there that's listening right now. Season, gray hair in areas you don't want to show nobody. People, I'm talking about all.
I can't with you. I can't with you.
All you want me to make it plain, I'm gonna make it plain. All the singles. If you are so stuck on your ways, where you're not open to change some of your ways, then stay single. But don't even dare think about getting married or being in a long committed relationship. If you think, because you could date yourself in many different ways, and you can please yourself. But if you're ready for some help and you're ready for a helpmate, you're gonna have to change some ways about you. Because, and here's another thing: if dating hasn't been successful for you the way you've been doing it, maybe that's telling you need to change. You're not no little kid no more. You're not a little boy. It's mine, my way. I ain't messing this. The next time, I'm telling you, I'm gonna get married. I'm telling you right now, the one person I am not gonna allow to mess up this marriage is Rob. I am not gonna allow my selfish ways, the thing I like to do. I'm telling you.
But Rob, you got some people,
and that's why they say.
And that's why I asked the question.
And you're right. Oh, great question.
You got to first check yourself if you're talking about dating to get married. You trying to get into that married thing again, and you set in your ways and stuff people might do. You just want company.
You just want company.
That's all you might need.
You go online. Matter of fact, won't you go online like you wanted to and get one of them Asian chicks or something like that? That's dying to get out the country. That's dying to get out of China.
No. We ain't promoting that. We ain't promoting that.
Don't laugh at me, Chantel. Don't laugh at me, Chantel.
We ain't promoting that.
By the way, you got a nice glow today, Chantel.
I brought that. It hit me, and I brought it out because I had a conversation with somebody that's in that frame. And that's the conversation we had. And I told him, you can't be that. For one, if you know you're not ready for that, you're not at that point where you're set in your ways and you don't want to change. Don't do it. Don't get involved. Go back to where you were, and then every now and then you just want to hang out with somebody. You want to compare. You want company, just
Just to have company.
because you know what the thing is, 45, 50, 60, you ain't dead. There's still some life.
That's right.
Physically.
Right.
And you don't want to, if you're trying to do this thing God way, you don't want to push yourself into that where you it just becomes physical.
Absolutely.
Come hang out, whatever, because now you done got married. After the honeymoon, you done got home after the honeymoon. Now you home, y'all in the same vicinity, and there's some things that you done got used to doing that now they doing their thing, and it's like, whoa, I don't do that. I don't know. You don't put your shoes over there. Don't you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I brought that. Let me see. My brother Gray's a dating to just have company will last as long as a new car smell. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Greg, that's my boy.
You can't want to be and not.
My man Greg, that's my boy.
Yeah. Someone said you can't want to be with someone and not want to make changes. You must you might as well be by yourself. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to Netflix and chill outside. Yeah.
You ever go out in a restaurant with somebody?
That part right there. Now, I gotta ask this. I gotta ask this question.
Hey, Jeff, you ever eat dinner with somebody? You ever go out and had a big dinner, and then somebody you've been waiting to call you for the longest, call you and ask you want to go out to eat, and you like them so much you go out and eat anyway, but then when you get to the restaurant, you can't even eat your food?
It all depends. No, I don't. It depends on what restaurant you done took me to.
Yeah, you got a point there. But that's how it's like when you try to have your cake and eat it too. You cannot have your ways, because you dating yourself. You have everything your ways, and you can't change.
So I know, Shan, I know this is like not in your range, but there's some that's your age group.
A lot of
your age, Shan, that are set in that boss mentality.
That's what it's called.
And yeah, that boss mentality where they're that boss at work. They're very successful. They got the goals as well. They're making their own money. They're doing well, and they're not as feminine as they should be because they're so strong. They're not soft anymore. They became strong. Now this is almost similar, whereas you're set in your ways because you making money and you doing your own thing. And y'all know y'all have heard this Y'all have heard this. I don't need a man. That's not. You stop it. Stop that. Don't do that. I don't need a man. Yes, you do. You may not need that man to do and give and buy and take care, do that for you, but you might need one.
And we need each other.
But I think
women need men.
But I think with that area, with that age group, with you, Shan, y'all age group, is that y'all lost the balance. Yes. It's all right to be a boss. And I always tell men this: you got to be a special somebody. You got to be a crazy somebody who don't want a strong woman.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want a strong woman.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want a woman who has the foundation, doing her thing. She's building her thing. She's building her own life. She has the money. She's doing this. Who wouldn't want that? Right. You got to be special. But also on the flip side, sisters, you got to also, I know you're the boss, you're doing your thing, but when you're with that man, let him be that man.
Be a man.
Don't try and be that boss, that man when you're on the date.
Yep. You got to know when to take that. Okay, you know what it's like? You got to know when you're not on the clock no more.
Right. So, like, Shan.
School teacher or whatever, but when you hit the clock,
right,
and you go home, you ain't that person no more. You ain't the boss and all that stuff. You got to know how to separate it.
Hey, we're going over, but I'm good because I don't have that episode. Listen, so Shan, what do you say to those young ladies who have that mindset and that kind of mindset where I'm a boss, I really need a man, take care of me, and that I can open my own door, that type of thing, which I can't stand.
Ooh.
With that meant what do you say to them? What do you, because this is the thing. I always say that you want to be treated like a princess, you want to be treated like that queen, but you don't allow it.
But you want to
What do you say to them?
Just allow yourself to be treated like the woman that you are.
I
Be
don't need
accepted.
that. I can treat my own self.
No. It's
Hold on,
nothing
Rob.
like
Hold on,
being
hold
treated
on,
like.
Rob. Hold on, Rob. I can treat my own self though. I can treat my own self.
Yes, you can, but it's nothing like allowing a man to be a man and treat you like the woman that you are. You don't have to be hard up all the time. It's okay to be soft and feminine. You have to be able to separate the two. You're gonna be girlfriend or friend or whomever at this point, and you're gonna be a boss and manager or whatever when you at work. You have to be able to separate the two. You can't be the same person and the same, all around all the time. Like, you have to be able to just let your hair down and just allow men treat you how you should be treated.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I know he want to say something so bad about what you just said. I think that's the problem.
What's that?
I think when we get to all that, like the woman that you are and the woman that I am, just like guys got to drop that ego. That's part of the ego. The woman I am, I need to be treated like the queen that I am. That's part of the ego. And they don't even see it because they go there with such an expectation that it's getting, each year that goes on, the percentage of what men want goes down 10%, 15% a year. And it's gotten to the point where it's no longer a focus on what a man wants. And I think, and I'm not saying all women, but I think a lot of women have gotten so focused on what who they are, the woman that they are, being treated like the woman that they are.
Yeah.
Boss this, dime this, that, when none of that has anything to do with dating. I told you before, when I broke up with this girl, I said to her, "Why do you think we broke up?" And she said to me, because we broke up because I finally understood my worth. And I said, "Okay, explain yourself." She says, I got a good job, I make good money, I got my own place, I got a car, I got all that. And that puts my value and my worth in a higher, I have higher expectations of my worth. And you know what I told her? I said, "I don't need none of that." I said, "That's worth to you, but that's not worth to me."
Right.
Because I have the kind of money where I don't need your money. I don't need you to have this. I don't need you to have that. I needed a woman. Sometimes a broke woman can be a better woman than a woman with a bunch of money, just simply because she knows her position. Simply because she knows her position. When we get to the point where you let all these titles and stuff,
but
put you out of the position that you're supposed to be in a relationship, then.
But see, now I hear you, Rob, with the position. Maybe that's that word position. What position you should be
We
in?
all play a position.
But that like really did something to me. Because now we feeling like they like you have to stay in your place. I never
want, and I think a man should stay in his place.
Yeah, position. I never want to make someone feel like they have to. You got a position that you stay in. And my thing, I don't mind.
The president is a position.
I teach my daughter. I share my daughter. I try and tell. I ain't got to tell her. She gonna make sure folks, brothers treat her like a queen. But don't allow anybody. And she has a boss mentality. But I love her so much because she knows how to balance it. She's a go-getter. She is a go-getter. But when she's with that individual, you're the man. You need to treat me, whatever. I'm allow you to be the man. But you got some sisters, Shan, that don't. I've been through it before. I had one.
You're right. I know what you're going to say.
I had one before. Don't. You ain't got to open my door. I can open my own door.
Mm.
And I'm that opening door type of person.
And then you
I'm
have a lot of women who are not used to that type of treatment either.
Well, who you
Well,
Some
dating?
women don't know how to allow
yeah, and I totally
because
agree.
Oh man,
they've had
You
to,
you froze up
froze,
on
Jack.
us a
Can you
little
say
bit,
it again,
Shan.
please?
Say that again.
Okay, what part did I leave off on?
None of it.
None of it.
None of it. I was saying that some women are not used to that chivalrous type of treatment from men. So they feel like, from maybe when they were a teenager, they just so used to doing things on their own. So they may not know how to allow men to treat them how they should be treated.
I think it's a cop out.
Okay. Now I got
I mean,
got
it could be,
somebody. Come on.
it cannot be. It depends on the person.
Okay. We gonna help this person with this one. What about the woman who have tried many times to allow a man to treat her like a queen and he doesn't? She has been soft and valuable, but the man has taken advantage of her. So when she puts the wall up, now she's mean and hard. No, let me tell you something. Can I dabble on this first, Rob? Let me dabble on this.
You got it.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this and I'm trying to say it nicely. Stop it. Okay. If he ain't treating you like a queen, and you've tried many a time to allow him to treat you like a queen, and you said many of time to treat you to allow him to treat you like a queen, and he doesn't. She's been soft and vulnerable, but the man has taken advantage of her. So when she puts the wall up, now it shouldn't be a wall that got put up. It should have been your sneakers, and you should have been gone.
Running. Yeah,
You should have been out of there.
You said
I'm
many
just
times.
saying, you should have been out of there. You
That
should have
means you
been
got a
gone.
pattern.
Why continue to stick around for more abuse? Now you pushing yourself almost into an abusive situation.
Yes. And
Whereas now you're allowing this individual to just continue to treat you, and like Rob said, the young lady said, I know my worth. Well, if you know your worth and you know your value and you know where you are, you should not have to deal with. You don't accept
not
that.
For 5 minutes.
Not for somebody because he might be cute and handsome and all that. But not for that. I'm sorry. And if they treat you that way, why stay? Why you continue to stay?
What kind of guys are you dating?
Hold on, Rob. And you're not happy, and you're not joyful. There's no happiness in there. And now you said this, and has taken advantage of her. Mm-hmm. He can only take advantage of you if you allowed him to take advantage of you. It just didn't happen unless they put a knife at your throat, put a gun to your head. Sometimes women and men, because it's on both sides. It ain't just a man thing doing that. It's a woman thing too. So both men and women, if you allow that and you see it, you have experienced it, because you said many of times. I'm just stuck there. Many of times, not a few times, many of times you have tried and they did not do it. Why are you still there? That means put on your Nikes, strap them up, put on your jogging suit, and get the help. I can't say it. We still trying to be holy. Get on up out of there.
That's right.
Yeah. I think that's true, but I think what ends up happening sometimes when you're in a situation in which what tends to happen is that you see potential, even though it may not be you feel like you could give the person chance after chance to get better, but when they don't do it right away, you feel like, oh, maybe I could give them another chance, and it ends up happening multiple times until you just get to the point where you just can't deal with it anymore. So maybe that's why she says the many of times where she's tried to give him a chance to treat her how she should be treated. She may see the potential in him to do so, but it's not turning out that way And then it gets to a point where she's like, okay, well, I can't do this anymore.
Well, first of all,
Right. I totally get. I'm with you on that, Shan. But I'm still stuck at the many times.
First of all,
Right. I think that's just the potential.
Okay. Somebody said. Define. Oh God, where we at? Oh Jesus. Define like a queen. My thing is defining like a queen, treating a black young lady or woman the way you should, opening the door, catering to pull a seat out, telling how wonderful she look. She got a nice dress, compliment. I ain't saying it got to be financial, but sometimes it's just sometimes what you say. Because we all, I'm not saying women, but we all want a compliment every now and then.
Okay, you're a victim first, then you're a volunteer.
No,
we all. The first time, you're a victim. If you keep on letting the same thing happen to you, you're volunteering. And part of that problem is the profile of guys that you're dating. Thug dudes just ain't gonna be nice like that. Dudes that don't treat their mama and their sisters right ain't gonna treat you right. There are so many different ways you can just off the back find out the character of a guy. If you'll never hear a guy say yes sir or nothing that has anything to do with manners or gentleman type of characteristics, and then you should know that. So if you're attracted to a certain type, it don't make a difference how much you give to them, whatever. Certain dudes gonna act certain ways. And listen, I'm sorry, the new gold mine out there now is a boring dude. You keep going for that cool, you keep going for that thug, you keep going for that stuff, you'll keep dealing with the same thing over and over again.
It'll be a revolving door.
Yeah. You asking for it.
Yeah.
You asking for it.
It'll be a revolving door.
The wall up and get this. I bet you, and I'm not saying you, but I've seen it happen too many times. The wall you finally put up is going to be against nice dudes. And that's horrible.
That's
the wall you finally put up is going to be with nice dudes. Nice dudes got to put up with the bull crap that bad dudes did to women all the time. And then y'all have the nerve to say men ain't crap. No, don't put a stigma or a stereotype on me when I'm trying to be a nice guy because all the guys you dealt with broke your heart. No. Now they in your lane with the counseling.
Right. Don't put us all in that same ship. Don't put us all in that boat because that's what you experience. Don't now. If you see similarities,
run.
Then you got to come to that. I always say, and I used to tell the singles this all the time. If you see a red light, a red flag, I don't care what you got. I don't care if you got kryptonite in your you ain't gonna turn it to green.
Nope. It ain't gonna happen.
It is what it is. So yeah, we just got to be at that level. Now, my last question, y'all. Oh Lord, we going to Jesus. Well, we ain't in no rush tonight. I hope y'all this is good. I hope everybody's good. I see the comments. I love it. I hope everybody's enjoying this. Once again, if you have not shared this podcast, go ahead and hit that share button right quick and go ahead and tag some people. We're gonna give another about 8 minutes. Okay, this question I want to ask, and it's almost tied into the seasoned singles. So when dating a seasoned single person that's not willing to change those ways, and it's a little troublesome, but you care so much, you care enough, should you recommend counseling?
That's a good question. First of all, if you care so much about them, obviously you ain't got as much problems with their ways as you say they have. Because if you that involved with somebody that you want to change that much, then
but I did say a little troublesome.
Yeah, it can be a little troublesome. I got news for you. Dating is troublesome. I got news for you.
But at that point, are you just tolerating the person then?
Yes.
There you go. Now that's what I'm waiting to hear, Shan. That's what I'm waiting to hear. Do you just tolerate it, or do you say enough is enough, or hey, let's try because I care enough. Let's try and find an answer. I know y'all keep saying that doggone Brown, he keep talking about counseling. I know I'm a stickler for it. I just believe it helps. I know it helped me in some of my stuff, not this, but I just believe in counseling. Because
Yeah.
I feel if it's worth it, you're gonna go the extra mile to try and do what you can to fix it, to work it out. And it don't always, and I heard you, Rob, but I don't feel it always have to be when you're married. You're seeking marital counsel, or before you get married. I think even in these situations, y'all, this is just me talking. This is my mindset. Counseling is counseling, because I'm sure there are some pre-counselors, some dating counselors out there that's available to help you and answer some questions and figure. Like I say, I found this out. I'm gonna say this. Where Rob go? He gone? I found this out. I found this out when I was coaching. Girls, my girls track. I've coached them for over 18 years, and I found this out one day. Some of the things, and I treated my girls like they were my daughters, and I tried to not just talk track, whatever. I talk life to them, and when I always had a heart for them, trying to make sure that they know that how to conduct themselves and don't let guys do this to you and treat you this way, that way. So some of the things that I was sharing with them, and it seemed like I'm talking good talk.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not, they weren't quite getting it. But then I got an assistant coach, which was a female, and I say, would you talk to these girls? Now, don't you know, when she talked to them, it was like light bulb went on, because her language, or her language to them was different than mine.
Right.
Her wording, my wording was totally foreign to them, but her wording was more approachable, more visible for them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
I mean, I would say, as far as like, I would suggest the counseling. I don't know if it would be more so for us relationally, but for him, be like, hey, I understand you have some issues, maybe some personal issues. Maybe you should, seek counseling, and kind of give them that time to, work through that. And then, once they feel like they're at a point where they're able to, willing to date again, then we could get back together and see where it goes then.
yeah. That's what I think. I just feel counseling, I mean, is an area where we run from.
Yeah, I agree.
We
I
just can't,
definitely.
I trust in the Lord now with all my heart, and lean not on my own understanding, and
Right.
the Lord, and I, and if I acknowledge him, he's gonna direct me in my path. I got that. I understand that. But
Right.
him directing me in my path, maybe going to counseling.
Right. I mean, God has made these people for these reasons, so why not utilize it?
Right.
You obviously you can't help yourself. You keep going in the same cycle, and you're not, getting no better.
Yeah.
Why not go out and get that additional help if it's
And,
available to you?
and plus, we are supposed to be dating God's way, so we have to keep him in the midst of it, and try
Exactly.
and direct ourselves in the way we should go. So yeah. Wow. So I don't know, Rob. I feel I'm good with counseling for that. I know you probably
Well,
like,
it could be counseling can be very, very rewarding. It can be very helpful. But I'm 59 years old, and if I think of every woman I ever dated, maybe 3 of them is worth counseling. Counseling is deep. Counseling is something that you want. Counseling is something that you want to go further with. Counseling is something that you want to fix because that's something you desire. That's why a lot of people don't go to counseling, because they don't really want to fix it. They don't really want to come to the end of they don't really want to come to resolve. So what I'm saying is, that's why I said counseling is basically for married people or people who are engaged to get married. I was pretty much just giving a barometer of the seriousness of the relationship. That's all. But if
now I'm gonna ask you this, Rob. I'm gonna ask you this, and we're gone. I'm gonna ask you this now. if you doing your past relationship, like you said with the young lady, whatever you broke up with, if you would have gone to counseling, do you think things would have came out
Yes.
differently, totally
Yes.
different?
Yes.
Your life would have been different. Your dating habits, where you are now, would have been
Yes.
totally different back then if you would have probably went to counseling.
Yes, you got me. You got me. Yes. But here's the deal. Sometimes you don't realize how important somebody is until they're gone. So, you know,
Yeah, totally.
that's different. So
No, you realize you felt that they were important, but it was just, you know, you
stuff.
you just
probably
couldn't
felt like they weren't gonna go nowhere.
Stuff.
She ain't leaving me. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna be right here.
No. Actually,
No,
I
I'm
left.
just kidding.
You know, I left. You know, I'm the star in this town, baby girl. You know, I left. You know, I'm joking. I'm joking, but I left the relationship for different reasons. But when I left the relationship, after I left it, I had to do some soul searching for myself. Is what I'm saying. Then I realized that individual wasn't as much as the problem as we was the problem. And I think that I'm gonna tell you, two selfish people can mess up a very, very, very good thing, because sometimes having the ability to get or date somebody anytime you want, and you dating somebody else who fine and they can get anybody they want. See, sometimes somebody got to kiss somebody behind. Somebody got to be the one that give in. And when two people who are attractive and think they're all that or whatever, they're together, they always looking for the other person to be the one that come to them with the apology and stuff like that. And counseling would have let me know to get my head out of places it shouldn't have been, and get it on right on top of the head, which it's supposed to be. And I'd have figured out some things that I probably would have did better. And that's why now, you know better, you do better. And that's why now I like the job that God did with me now, because I'm looking for a wife now. I'm looking for a wife. I'm gonna hold a tournament.
Rob, get off my podcast. Rob, get off my podcast. Rob, get off my podcast.
I'm just kidding, man. You know I'm kidding.
Off my podcast. That boy
Women of Florida.
You go hold him a tournament. Hey, y'all, listen.
Let me stop.
Rob, oh, now.
You know I'm a comedian, man. You know I'm a comedian. Every now and then,
you can't help yourself,
man.
That's why I love it. That's why I love it. You bring that flavor, bro. You bring that.
Yes.
I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Sergio, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but you got like this glow thing going on. What's going on? You got this like glow thing going on today. You look nice. You know, the earrings, everything. You look nice. What's up with this glow? You got some news to tell us?
I don't know.
She positioned.
Look. It's the glory of God.
No, something going on. Something going on. She holding back, Jeff.
She positioned. No, my sister is positioning herself, bro.
Amen.
She's positioning herself.
Oh, you know what? How y'all do that?
My sister is positioning herself.
I asked you a question, Chantel, and your mouth didn't even move. Jeff mouth moved. How y'all do that? You were being too much. How y'all do that? I was asking you.
I'm speaking for my sister.
Your mouth was closed, but words came out. It sounded like Jeff. No, I'm asking you what's going on, and Jeff answering for you. No,
I did answer. I said the glory of God.
She said it's the glory. She said it was the glory of God. She said the glory.
The glory train. Something going on. Something going on.
It's the glory train.
Glory. It's the halo. It's glowing.
Hey y'all, listen. I love it. Hey, I love y'all, man. Appreciate you, Chantel. Rob, man. Thank you for coming join us on tonight, man. This was great once again. I thank everyone, all my viewers. Hey, y'all, thank you so much for coming on. Hey, y'all, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all too.
Yeah, we appreciate you too, Elder. Love you too.
Ain't nothing y'all can do about it but love me back. Okay?
That's right.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you too, Elder. Appreciate you, Rob.
All right. Hey, y'all, you've been locked into the South Florida Live Podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown. And y'all, this has been fun. I enjoyed it. Thanks to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your questions. I appreciate it. I thank you for your engagement. Hey, listen, once again, hey, help me out. I got a text the other day and found out that I was nominated for podcast virtual show of the year. So go on and vote. That's the information. I put the link in the comment section. There's the link there, www.krtgradio.com. So go and vote. Go and vote. Help a brother out if you love it. You appreciate this show, this podcast is go vote. Let your vote be heard. Let your vote be heard. I don't know if you can how many times you can vote, but just go vote. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey y'all, listen, I love y'all. I love y'all. Once again, that's a action word. And as I always say, there's nothing you can do about it. But just love me back. Okay. Listen, until next week. I don't know if we're gonna go. I don't know if we're gonna go next week. Wednesday is before Thanksgiving. I'll talk to the crew and see what they want to do. Because a lot of people might be cooking and whatever, Jordan. I don't want to mess with anybody holidays, but we'll let you know. Just stay tuned. We'll keep you informed. All right. Hey, y'all. Listen, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. As I always say, if you want to be a blessing, you want to support this podcast right there, Power of Glory, $ Power of Glory 777. Also, Zelle, Jeffrey Brown 2094 at gmail.com. Hey, listen, God bless you. I'll pray for you. You pray for me. Hey, y'all, let's watch God change things.
Email your idea for show topics to the South Florida Live Show at gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to South Florida Live with your host, Jeffrey Brown.